Hello. Oh, I just have moved my camera. Oh yes, I moved it because I set it up properly earlier. Just give me 1 second while I rearrange. My desk being... Hello. Oh, I can hear myself. That's not good. I moved my camera. Oh yes, I moved it because I set it up properly earlier. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Hopefully this is working as expected. If you're watching on YouTube, that shows you how often I stream to multiple platforms. Watching on YouTube, you should be able to see captions. I don't know if it's automatic or if you'd have to switch them on, but you should be able to see captions because it's on mine. Hey Meg! Mika! You'll have to excuse me, I've got got something weird going on with my throat. I had some peanuts earlier, and I don't know if I've got a bit of peanut shell stuck in the back of my throat, or if maybe it scratched my throat on the way down, but it's really uncomfortable. I'm hoping it'll wear off or go away or something. Coughing doesn't help, and I've gargled as well. None of it's doing anything, so... How is everybody? It was a tad hot here today. It was 31 degrees most of the day. And then, just like yesterday, about 5:30, the wind changed and now we've got a lovely breeze coming in. It's still ridiculously hot, but there's beautiful, cool northeast breeze coming in. Oh, you can't see me. Ooh, you can't see me. Maybe try refreshing, because it's working on mine. I can't... Ugh. Yeah. Thanks, Mika. I was trying to type, and I can't type in this box. I'd have to sign in, and I have to sign in by going to a different window, and it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's definitely working on mine, so I think it must be Meg. Susan, hey. Hi, Becky. Normally a zombie crew. Oh, hey, Laurie. Normally zombie crew didn't sleep last night, so going into work late. Don't blame you. I didn't sleep much last night either. It's too hot. And I wouldn't mind. It's not that I mind the heat. Actually, I quite like it warm. Bit of sun never hurt anybody. Not that I go out in the sun, I sit in the shade. But the problem is, last week, I was literally complaining last week that it was still 15 degrees during the day and I had the duvet on the bed. This week, 31 degrees for 3 days, and it's getting hotter at the weekend. It's like, it went from February to mid-August in 2 days. And I'm not built for that kind of speed, okay? I need it to be like 20s, mid-20s, late 20s. After a week of that, I can handle 30 degrees. But I can't go from 15 to 30 just overnight. Not good. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to figure out what is weird about my... Oh, hang on. Maybe it's this bit that needs changing. Maybe it needs coming out this way a bit. Aha! Okay, hang on. I think it's at a funny angle. I have changed my camera. Oh, that's what's wrong with it. It's not holding up that way. Okay, that's all right. It'll stay where it is for now. But look, I can move the desk. You can tell I'm moving the desk because this camera is moving. This camera isn't. This camera won't move unless I really bang the desk hard or do it deliberately because it's on top of my laptop, my computer, so. Your parcel arrived. A parcel arrived. Ooh, is it from Luna? Is it a parcel, or is it goodies? Heat is horrible. Yeah, us redheads, we're not built for the strong sun, are we? So, I have planned to just carry on with my Alice thing today, I think. I kind of want to finish the sketchbook and get rid of it because it's bugging me that I've got a third of it left and I like the paper, it's just that the sketchbook itself, no bueno. Hey Cody. Oh, you're sketching books. Oh right, okay. What we do. Let's move that over for a start. I think maybe tidy this up a bit. I also want to change your hair a little bit. Use sunburn but also tan. Yeah, I do too. I go tomato red within minutes and it stays tomato red for several days and then suddenly I'm brown. But the several days hurts like hell. So I'd really rather not. Okay, what are we going to do? What was that? Oh, it's next door. Okay. How many times can I say as if I'm going to start doing something when I haven't really figured out what I'm going to start doing? Well, I'm going to start doing this. I want to fix her hair. Everything's blowing that way, except her hair, which is just frizzy. Need to do something about that. Hey, Katie. I'm going to be constantly drinking for a while because I explained at the beginning, if you weren't here, I've got something weird happening with my throat. It's either a stuck bit of peanut or it's a scratch from a peanut. You look like a drumstick lolly. I know what you mean. And worse than that, one of the double flavour ones that's like pink at the top and white at the bottom. Yeah. Hey Katie. Did I say hey, hello Katie? I can't remember. So it's too hot. My brain's melted. Okay. Come on. Brain. Get to the desk. Come on. Don't know where you've been, but get to the desk. Over here. There we go. Working out on your next batch of songs. Oh, cool. For those of you in Patreon, there was a message from Mika the other day that she can't do the Patreon hangout on the first week of August. But, and this is why it's relevant to YouTube, my parents are coming up on Wednesday the 3rd. So I won't be able to stream that day. So instead I'm going to stream on Thursday. which solves both problems at once. I need a clip for this corner because it will not stay down. There we go. Okay, what I want to do is clean up my sketch into colour pencil, and then I think I might do markers because I'm really into markers at the moment. I've been into markers for a while, a lot, but you don't have to wait for stuff to dry, and I like it. Cody, I don't know if you'd have them turned on automatically, but you should find that closed captioning is working. At least it's working on my screen. I hope that's not just because it's my stream that it's working for me. It should be working for you as well. I'm using different software and it has closed captions included. It might not necessarily translate my accent completely, but... Alright, so her hair, I need to do something with her hair to make it a little bit more flowy over here-y, but I didn't really do anything with her hair last week, so I'm okay with that. Let's just erase the bits that are not going to be part of whatever. What's this? Oh, that's the smoke clouds, isn't it? I remember. Let's clear the smoke clouds. There we go. Oh yes, the smoke clouds that are going to hide her hands very cleverly. These scribbly bits. I'll leave the bird. I like the little bird. These scribbly bits. Okay, let's see. It's working. Awesome. Fantastic. Why can't I pin a comment today? Well, let me pin a comment. Okay. Maybe one of the mods... Oh, there's so many mods in. I have like 14 viewers and there's 3 mods. Rich will be here in a minute as well. Oh, they're all here for a reason. They're not normally all here at once. Katie, could you type a message in chat to say turn on closed captions if you need them? It is working. And then pin it to the top of the live chat, because I can't do it from where I'm viewing and I can't go and log into the other thing. It'll send everything skewy. Thank you. Yes, it was working for me. I just wanted to make sure it was working for everyone else. Okay, so we've got swirly things. I don't want to do anything too crazy with her hair, but I do want her to be... I don't want it to be completely all over the place over there. I do have a tendency to do crazy long hair and then it gets in the way of everything else. Let's try that again. Yeah, I've swapped to Streamlabs for these and it's got automatic closed captions built in, which is great. I don't yet know if I can use it with Zoom, but I'm going to try it. If I can, that would be even better, because then I've got automatic closed captions for oh, you know what I mean. Class. There we go. which is something I've been trying to organise for ages. I think in order to link it to Zoom or stream to Zoom, I have to actually God, I cannot walk and chew gum today. In order to stream to Zoom, I have to pay for the subscription, but the super chats and $1 tier on Patreon are going to be covering that. So as soon as I've got enough, well, I've already got enough. I'm just waiting for a YouTube payment to come through. So, and then I'll pay for Streamlabs, and that will be a lot better. I think we'll have a lot more functionality. Because OBS is great if you're a streamer, if you're game streaming, or if you are a heavy duty streamer, or if you just stream from a PC, but it's not very Mac friendly at all. Streamlabs is extremely Mac friendly. It's not taking me hardly any time to set anything up. Okay, so that's those. And then let's do, maybe we could just have a bit of hair coming across this way, like that. Perhaps this tangles across. Ooh. That's better. There we go, and then the rest of it can just come down behind her across this way, as if it's all flowing that way. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I hate eraser shavings. Hey Rish, loved your picture of Emily D. Baker. Oh, thank you. Should do a collab on a big lawsuit over a tattoo copyright. I don't know anything about tattoo copyright. Plus, I'm not in America, and our copyright is different, so I don't think it would be useful. I don't have enough knowledge of copyright, especially in American law. Our copyright is perfectly simple. It's got to be 15% different at least, and for redistribution, it's for education purposes. It's a certain percentage as well, so it doesn't make any difference to us. The thing about America is they think if they change their laws that everybody else will jump in line, but the thing is we don't follow their laws. They can make laws for the internet as much as they like. If you're not in America, it's not going to make any difference. So, yeah. Much as I would love to do a collab, I'm not a tattoo artist, and I don't know their copyright law. I don't even know what their copyright laws are now. I know that pretty much worldwide, as soon as you create a piece of art, you own the copyright on paper, but even that doesn't stop somebody from taking your art. At least anything other than a courtesy. Companies are not really under any obligation, especially if you're in a different country. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, especially if you're in a different country. Yeah, I know what the situation is. It's the Kat Von T thing, but I think if it's first of all, if it's an original artist, I'm not disputing that photography is art. However, I do believe that a tattoo and a photograph are far enough removed that it's sufficient reuse. It's not like she just printed out the photo and stuck it in a flyer. She's created another piece of art by her own hand from something somebody else took. Plus, I don't know who the photo is actually of, but if the original artist doesn't have a model release, I mean, I would hope a professional photographer does, but if they don't have a model release, it wouldn't make any difference anyway, because the model, the sitter, has the right to hold the copyright unless they've got a model release. So if it's like a professional photo of your daughter and you get it tattooed, unless your daughter has signed a model release, she owns rights to the image. Not the photo, but rights to the image. It's her face. So if she wants to allow you to get a photograph, a tattoo of it done, it makes no difference. Plus, if it's a celebrity, if it's a tattoo, it's personal use anyway. So I don't see how that applies, honestly. There's a huge difference between printing out a photo, or like, if I printed out somebody else's work, a professional photo, or somebody else's drawing that I don't have permission to use, and I stuck it on this page now and didn't say who it belonged to, that would be misuse of copyright. I must at least credit it. Because even though this is my personal sketchbook, you must at least credit it. But a tattoo on your body is personal use. Now, Kat Von D's not using it for personal use, but she is recreating a separate piece of art that is far enough removed. She's not just like changing it from a colour photo to a black and white photo. It's not even a photograph anymore. It's a facial image. And the photographer doesn't have rights. They have rights to the photograph, the physical photograph, and its reproduction. They don't own the rights to the person's face. With the exception, like I say, if it's a professional photo shoot that has a model release. And even then, the model release, look carefully at the contract, because it might be that the owner of the face has the rights to use the photograph, in which case, because they might need it for a portfolio or something, in which case they can give permission to the person who wants the tattoo. So technically, Kat Von D could apply to the actual person who owns the face and ask them for permission to do the tattoo, and if they say yes, then the photographer can't do anything about it, because she's not tattooing the photograph, she's tattooing the image of the face. You can't copyright a person's face. But, personally, I think tattoos are private use. The complication comes that Kat Von D is not tattooing it on herself, she's tattooing it on somebody else, so therefore she is a broker. She's in the middle, she's taking payment for it, but she's creating a work of art. And I don't see how it's not at least 50% different, because it's a completely different format and completely redone by hand. So I mean, if you think about it a different way, say the photographer took a photograph, okay, it's available online, but he holds the copyright. If I put it in my journal, I'm not breaking his copyright because it's personal use. Even if I then show that journal to other people, I'm not selling the journal. I'm not selling the image. So the problem comes with the brokerage. That's, you know, is it okay to make a completely different version and then sell it on? But I think it's very different if it's a person as opposed to just a landscape or something, you know. I would assume it's a person. I haven't really looked into it because, like I say, it doesn't... Their copyrights don't apply to us, no matter what they think. Yeah. Even if they used someone else's photo and do a painting of that photo, that would be against copyright if I sold it, because I can very easily copy that photo. The amount of... It's a combination of the amount of work and the amount of skill. A lot of people could simply take that photo and recreate it as a painting or a drawing or a sketch or whatever. Given that it's another printable format, I don't think that's far enough removed. But a tattoo, oof, you got to be specialist to do that stuff. Really specialist. It is not as simple as just picking it up and going. You don't tattoo somebody like you draw. It's hard. Yeah, it's not mass production. It's not mass production. It's a single piece for personal use. To me, I suppose the nearest I can get to it in painting... Sorry we haven't started doing anything yet, but apparently I can't talk and draw at the same time today. For me, there is no difference in using a photograph reference of a person, not just of anything, but of a person, as a tattoo. That's normally what you'd use a photograph of. You wouldn't normally have a photograph of anything else. You might have a photo, but then the artist repurposes it. They wouldn't do an exact copy of the photo. They would redraw the photo and then tattoo it. That's 2 steps removed. But if I do a commission for a friend, a paid commission for a friend based on somebody's photograph, like a wedding photograph, they're nearly always copyright, okay? If I did a commissioned painting based on on a photographer's wedding image of the couple, okay? The couple is asking me for that commission. Yes, they would be paying me for it, but they're the only ones who are going to have that commission. They already have the photograph. It's their faces. I am not taking away from what the photographer has done in any way. I'm not competing with them. I'm not putting my stuff on the market. It's an additional... After the fact, nobody is going to ask a photographer for a second photo of the same thing unless they want a bigger version. But what if they bought a bigger version and now they want a painting of it? I don't see how that's wrong. Maybe it'll come down, this is my thought, maybe it'll come down to whether the person in the photo is related to or in some way connected to the person who owns the photo. If a professional photo's taken If a professional photo is taken of somebody that you are related to and you want that tattooed, that's personal use. That's no different to taking the professional photograph to the photocopier and making another one so you can stick it in the front of your planner. Or scanning the photo so you can print it out as a sticker for personal use. I think it'll come down to model releases. That's my guess. But it kind of irks me as an artist. I'm less irked by the conversation and how it's going. I think it should be happening. There should be a conversation about this kind of stuff, especially with the internet these days. But I'm more irked by the fact that so many people in America seem to think that because this may go to their Supreme Court and they may make a ruling on it, that it's therefore going to apply to the rest of the world. It's not. I can assure you it's not. And even if it does apply to the rest of the world, by default, I can assure you it will not apply in Germany. Because they have their own rules. And you try getting past them. It's a celebrity. Oh, the artist did it for free? Oh, it's not against copyright then. If it's a gift, it's not against copyright. It's a one-off gift for personal use. That's not against copyright. That's not going to win. Now, the celebrity could take them to court and say, excuse me, why are you having my face tattooed on your body? I don't like that. Thank you very much. But then they'd have to sue everybody who had a tattoo of their face on them. And celebrities don't tend to do that because celebrities seem to like having people tattoo them on their body. But no, if she didn't pay for it, then if she didn't charge for it and it was just a free gift, like, that's not against copyright. To me, this is my view. Don't email me, okay? Because honestly, I don't care. It's an American case. It doesn't apply to us. As and when such a thing comes up for us over here, we'll have our own laws. I cannot concentrate today. Come on. Get it together. Right, I need to... If I'm going to do this in marker, then I'm best using a colour pencil. Let me see. I don't know if this pink is going to stand out enough for me to use it. This is not mine, by the way. This is from By Bun. It's one of her free downloads on her... Well, they're not free. They're on Patreon. They're free for patrons downloads. Just so you know. Pretty much any artwork you see in my books that is not mine is Bun's. Mostly because I just love her art. I put this one in here because I like the spider. I love her artwork. I'm a long-term patron of hers. She's a friend of mine. I know that she wouldn't have an issue with me using her work because I always give her credit and I don't reproduce it. And, you know, it's easier to do that and just go, all these stickers, yeah, that came from EMP. That's their commercial sticker. And... this one came from, all the rest came from By Bun. You know, it's just easier. I don't actually know who the artist is on that one. I know I got it from Sticky Club, though. Do I always do a colour test before using it? Only if I'm doing it on camera. Usually I would just pick a colour and go with it. I don't care. These are Faber-Castell erasable colour pencils. They're similar, but superior to Prismacolors because they're not as waxy. But a pale pink wouldn't always show up on camera. The purple doesn't show up at all. It's really hard to see. So, but because I'm going to use markers, I want a colour that will blend into the markers. I wish I could think and talk at the same time as making art today, but apparently that's not going to happen. Oh, I'm sorry if you came here for the art and it's not happening. I'm trying, okay? I'm pulling Elaine. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm going to do another swoopy in there, I think. Yeah, just like that. Just for a... You're heading back to work. Okay. Bye. Thanks for the interesting question. Not often I get questions that give me something that I don't have to rant about. It's hot, your brain is melting. I'm a lot cooler than I was earlier. Sorry, I'm going to have to move this, aren't I? Because I draw at an angle, which is really bad. I know. Don't at me. There we go. Now you can see it straight, but I've got it at an angle. I've moved my camera. This is why I'm having camera setup issues, because I took it off the desk and put it onto the... Why am I drawing leaves when I should be drawing other stuff first? Actually, do I want to be bothered just redrawing everything, or shall I just... I can't be bothered. I'm going to just tidy everything up. I'm tidying up the lines, which is a lot of erasing, mostly. Like that, see? So I can see what's going on. Let's do it systematically. Because I'm just thinking, by the time I've gone in with a pencil, I could just go in with a pen and do it. And I have a really nice pen that I really like, that somebody recommended to me, and I want to try it with my markers, because it's a micron, and microns work with markers, so... I don't want to be too fussy about this. I just want to get rid of the majority of the background, because I don't want to have weird scribbles under my markers, but I'm not going to be too picky about it. Okay, so let's draw the clouds in. They're not clouds, they're smoke, but you know. Because these are in front of everything else, so it's better if they're clear. "27 indoors." A zombie. Yeah, I've been a zombie all day. It's too hot for me. And yes, I'm aware it's hotter in the rest of the world, whatever. Every time a Texan says something on Twitter, because it always seems to be the Texans. I don't know why. Maybe they're just more outspoken. But they're always like, "Oh, it's 45 degrees here, it's cool." And I'm like, yeah, well, when it drops to 10 and you have snow and you don't know what to do because you don't own a jumper, we'll remind you of that. The only people who have no right to complain about any kind of weather at all is Canadians, because they're prepared for pretty much everything. I have never seen, actually I've very rarely seen a Canadian complain about it being too hot or too cold, because somehow they're just prepared for like 15 feet of snow and 45 degrees. Presumably because it happens every year. Unlike here, where it doesn't happen every year. It happens for 2 days out of the entire year. It's a different kind of heat. Yeah, it's a dry heat. We've got 80% humidity at the moment and it's horrible. I hate it. Humidity is worse than it being too hot. Because you can't breathe. It's stifling. Ooh, good. That smoke cloud means I don't have to draw that weird arm there. I like it. I probably should have done this bit off camera during the week, but I didn't think of that. Okay, what have we got going on here? This is the upside down mushroom. There's the mat. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, there it is. That's that bit of cloud there. Okay. Looks like a leaf, but I think it's just a double. Mouse ears, so that's going to come around there like that and there, so let's put that there. There we go. The mouse. I didn't draw his front feet, did I? If a mouse sits up on its hind legs, where does its front legs go? Hey, Pelican. Yeah, notifications are a bit hit and miss, even if you've got them turned on. I think sometimes, every so often, it can help to turn a notification off and then re-select it. I think maybe notifications are something to do with when YouTube updates certain things on their platform. I get notifications in browser, but I never get them on an app. I've never seen them. Okay. That's cleaned up enough. Now, what's this over here? That's the tree and the roses and the ladder. The ladder needs to be tidied up a little bit. Just get rid of the bits that cross over. That's the mouse's tail. That should be in front as well. I'm essentially just going over the stuff that's in front of everything else and erasing what's behind it. Lazy. I think what I'm going to do with the background is the same as I did with the previous one. I was going to do black and white checks. So I think what I'll do is colour the rest of the image and then do the black and white checks afterwards. Ooh, where did that come from? Oh, that might be a bit of Neocolour too that was on my desk. Okay. Right. Grab the old markers. I have to move that out of the way to get to them. I tidied my desk this morning. Like, didn't just tidy my desk. I shifted a load of stuff off my desk and put it away. And put it away. And then I cleaned my desk. I know. I missed a bit. I didn't move this case, apparently. I also cleaned off my little stool down here where I tend to dump everything. So now I've got a completely clean stool to dump things on. I need to get into the habit of clearing off that stool and my desk once a week. That needs to be what I do. So maybe that'll be something I do on a Monday morning. Because I ease myself into Mondays. Catching up on stuff and, you know, catching up on other people's podcasts and things like that. It eases me into the week. I only do a half day Monday and a half day Friday because I work Saturdays. So I'm thinking that Monday morning when I'm listening to my podcasts and catching up on my Patreon videos from other creators and stuff like that, that I will sit and clean my desk. And, you know, just generally shift some stuff out of the way. Okay, I'm going to have to put that up on there. Move that back here. There we go. Alright, now I can see my markers. I've got my Copics up there. I've got my Yoo-hoos down here. Yoo-hoos. It's not Yoo-hoos, it's Oh-hoo-hoos. I'm going to have to erase as I go, I think. But before I do that, I can't believe already we're an hour in and I've done nothing. I'm sorry. I am going to go and take a quick break. So I will be back 5 minutes. there we go. I'm back. That was quick. I have to move this over here as well. I could do with a little... I think I need to rearrange this little bit so that I've got a little table here that I can put things on. I don't know. I need to... It's not that I need to rearrange my desk so much as adapt it for what I need, depending on what I'm doing. This is just... Oh, Risha's gone. Oh, it's pickup day, isn't it? That would be... Her mum's there, I expect. So today she comes back? Yeah. Right. Ohuhu markers. Love my Ohuhu markers. Grab a bit of wax paper. I don't care if it bleeds through the back, but I don't care. I don't want it to bleed through like 4 or 5 pages, which they do have a habit to do because they're quite juicy. Let's see. Shall we start with... Oh, let's start with the caterpillar over here, shall we? Ease into things. Let's pick a unnatural colour. Let's see, she's going to be... We got blue, we got pink and purple. We've got red, white and green. Blue, pink and purple, red, white and green. Let's go for yellow then. That looks like a hideously bright colour. Should work. And because I'm doing this over with black, I don't have to worry about being careful. I love these Ohuhu markers, by the way. However, Ohuhu, if you're watching, I doubt that you are, but just in case you are, I have a bone to pick with you. Let me show you what bone I have to pick with you. If I can find one now that's... let's see, was this the original set? I think so, so let's try this one. Is this the one? Yes, it is. Okay, here's my bone. Here's my bone, Ohuhu. This pen is from the original set. On one end it has a brush nib, and on the other end it has a fine nib. This is from the Brights 48 set. They come in a brush and chisel or a brush and fine. Fine nib, brush nib. And you know which end the fine nib is because there's the grey end, right? On this one, this is one of the skin tone sets. This has a brush nib on one end and a broad on the other. And instead of using the grey to denote the not brush end, like this, they decided to use it for the brush end. So, just to be clear, the grey end on this one, which is a brush and something else, is the brush end. On this one, which is a brush and something else, the brush is the not grey end. Every single marker I have to check whether it's the brush end or not the brush end that I'm opening, because I can no longer rely on the grey end to be the brush. Who came up with that idea? Who did that? Who? I mean, they stole a really good idea from Copic because Copic does the same thing. Copic, the brush end, is the grey end. You can't really see it when the light thing's on, but see, there's the grey end. The other end is the chisel end. It's the same on all of their markers. The brush end is the grey end, or on the ones that are broad and fine, it's the fine end. The grey is never ever the standard broad end. So Ohuhu stole the same idea, went, oh, we'll put a grey ring around the brush end. And then they brought out the skin tone set and put it on the other end. And then they added insult to injury by pulling out the pastel set and going, oh, we might have done that wrong. Now look at this. This is even crazier. So now we've got the brush end is the grey end, okay? And the Ohuhu here is upside down. On this marker, the brush end is the grey end. Oh no, I had it the wrong way around. I apologise. I got that. No, I've seen that. I've just pulled out because this might both be from the pastel set then. It's hard because some of these look like they should be skin tones, but there's a set where the grey is the brush on both of them, but one is the right way up and one is the wrong way round. So then they end up like that, going that way, but they're both brush ends, right? And then this one, they're that way round, so they're going that way, but that's the brush end. It drives me insane too, yes. The way I've got round it is I store my markers horizontally, and because I only ever use the brush end, I put the brush end in first. That way, when I pull the marker out, no matter which way I pull it out, whatever is not the brush end is at the top. So I don't even have to look at it anymore. But I can imagine that being an absolute nightmare if you actually do use the brush end, the broad end and the fine end. It's not too bad for me because I use the brush end, but for ages I couldn't work out why I kept taking the lids off, and I'd be greeted like, hang on a minute, that's small for a brush. Oh, that's the brush end. And it was only seeing them all lined up because I turned them all the same way round, and I was like, well, why are some of the brush ends this side and some of the brush ends that side? Oh, I was so mad. And now I'm looking at this. It says it's yellow, but it looks like orange. How did I not notice that? Anyway. Oh, I've woken up now. It's cooled down. My brain's pumping again. It has gone nice and cool. I reckon it's gone down to about 25 degrees, which is really nice. There's a nice breeze. The sun's on the other side of the house, so my bedroom is probably absolutely roasting. Okay, let's use that orange somewhere else later. The black I can do with a pen when let's use... Oh, I haven't got my colour chart out. That's not helpful, is it? There we go. So that was YR3. YR5. Yeah, that'll do it. This, let me tell you how I made this, okay? Because finding all these colours, in order to know what the colour is when you swatch it, you have to know what the colour is before you swatch it, right? But you don't find out until after you've swatched it. So what I did was I printed out 2 copies of this. One copy is on sticker paper. Actually, both are on sticky paper because I didn't have ordinary paper. But pretend this is ordinary paper. And I printed one on sticky paper. On one of them, I went through and I just picked colours, you know, in order. Like YR1, YR2, YR3, YR9, YR10. And put them across, okay? Then I cut out the squares, rearranged them on the table in colour order, and then I stuck the squares onto here with the numbers underneath. So now I have a nice pale to dark. I mean, it's not exact. Some of these are a bit messed up because it's hard to tell. That one probably should have been up here somewhere. But it's close enough that I can look at it and go, ooh, What colour do I need? Little tip for you there. It saves you having to do it twice, because there was no way I was swatching this twice. No. And onto yellowy. That one. Some of these apparently I put in back to front the last time I used them, so. Oh, that didn't do what I was intending. I like how mottled that's going. Oof! Look at that bleed through. Oh, Strathmore. Strathmore, Strathmore, Strathmore. Where's my pen? Oh, it's there. I got a new pen. It's the recommendation from by Bun. It's the Micron PN, which I assume means plastic nib, because it does indeed have a plastic nib. See? For those of you who are familiar with the Beryl handwriter pens that you used to have at school, it's like that but thinner. And it flows really well. It's really nice for doing lines. I'm not a brush kind of girl. I like the Unipin brush, which is this one. Gives you a nice, it's a similar nib, but it's kind of flexible at the end. It's more like a soft felt tip, I would call it. So you can use it for doing slightly thicker lines like that. You can get a variation of line, but if you just want standard, all the same thickness kind of lines, you can use these, and they're pretty good. They get a very consistent line, so they're very good for sketching. However, having said that, I'm now going to use my uni brush because I like the variation, honestly. I like the fact that I can get a dark and a light line at the same time with one pen. See how easy that was? By the way, if you're new here, welcome. I am a very, very slow artist and I talk a lot. So if you're just here for art and you don't want to listen to somebody talking, you might want to turn the sound off already, if you haven't already. I actually can't see a lot of my pencil lines. Yeah, I can't actually see any of the pencil lines I drew, so I'm just gonna wing it. I might even make them a bit bigger, to be honest, because I drew them once already. I don't want to do it again. This is why I very rarely ink anything. Yep. Okay, I can use that colour over here. Ooh. Oh, tracing paper, that'll do. Should be greaseproof paper, but this is fine. You're all gone very quiet. Are you playing along, drawing stuff yourself? That would be a good colour for the mouse, actually. Do we know how mouses' feet look when they're sitting up? Oh, checking out your books. Getting stuff posted on social media. Ooh, good old idea. Painting along, yay! We got one. Oh, I'm going to migraine again. Ugh. Putting papers together for scrapbooking. Oh, are you going back in? Routine or same thing again? Or I shouldn't ask you that on YouTube, should I? I'll ask you in class. Hey, Jane. Okay, what was I going to look up on the phone? I've done that thing where I've walked into Google and can't remember what I went in there for. Mouse. Mouse. Mouse sitting up. Oh! Oh, look, that's almost exactly what I need. Oh, okay. So, a nice pale pink. Something like a flesh tone type pink. And that one will do. EO50. There we go. He's got a little hand there and a little hand there, and got little feet. Oh, he's actually standing up. They don't sit down like cats do, they stand up. So let's give him little leggy. Oh my god, he's so cute. And a little leggy here. Oh, that looks better. There we go. Let's not give him webbed feet like a duck. That's not necessary. Oh, his tail is this colour too. And his ears. Inside his ears is this colour. Oh, you're cute. Yes, my mouse has a very long tail. Because it's Alice in Wonderland and the mouse's tail was very long, okay? Should we give him a curl on the end? Why not? Is there any rule that says a mouse's tail can't have a curl on the end? I don't think so. Actually, I think the mouse's tail does have a little curl on the end. There we go. That's cute. Oh, little tiny red, little tiny pink snoot. Hello, tiny pink snoot. Oh, you're adorable. Okay. It's my brown. So the rest of him is brown except his eyes. His back's a little more rounded than I drew him. And his front is not quite as rounded as I drew it. There we go. His little arm is there. And you can see his little leg there. Oh my god, he's adorable. Okay, that's that sorted out. Should we do Alice? Why not? Let's do Alice. Oh, I could do the caterpillar actually. Should we have a hideous green for the caterpillar? My favourite hideous green. Where's my hideous green? There's my hideous green. Kind of the pipe coming out the side of his mouth, like that. Pipe goes in front of him there. Peculiar markings. I could use that brown for the pipe as well, because I'm planning to go in with colour pencil over the top, or at least add some shading with other markers over the top. So this is basically can't say that twice in one sentence. This is just a base layer, like you first pass at watercolour. I need a pale grey for those smoke clouds. Oh, do I need... Do we want to do boring grey smoke? I don't think we do. Let's see. Blue. Blue, purple, red, green, yellow. Oh, well, we've got orange. We haven't got yellow. I want the top hat to be that colour. Where? Where are you? There you are. Okay. It's very bad form for markers to go around the edges first. I must stop doing that. Supposed to. There isn't really a supposed to, but it gets you get a more even tone if you don't do that. Yeah, it's too much like hard work. I'll just cover it over with pencil. Oh, I'm so lazy. Alright, let's use that brown again on the inside lining. And then let's use that pink that we used for the mouse for the ribbon, because that'll go with that green rather nicely, I think. And it's a little nod to the Tim Burton movie, because that, I think, is the same colour that the Hatter has there. Okay, so we've got his streamers coming out over here. Like this. It's going behind that one. Oh, sorry, I misread it. You're scrapbooking last year's hospital stay, not having a new hospital stay when you're going to be scrapbooking. That makes more sense. Although I can see you taking all your scrapbooking supplies into hospital with you, that would not surprise me at all. I will refine this end with colour pencil later on. I do not like how much the markers are feathering on this paper. The Strathmore paper It's not good for markers. The Ohuhu paper, the mixed media paper, is far superior with the Ohuhu markers. Maybe that's because they're their markers and they've tested them together. I don't know. I won't know until I use a Copic on this paper. Which is a shame because I like this paper for everything else. Although I'm not going to buy any more of these sketchbooks, so because they're really expensive. Oh, they're really expensive and they fall apart. That weirdness in my throat is easing off, so I'm hoping that it was just a... But it's gradually easing off, so I think maybe I scratched my throat or got a little cut on the back of my throat. Because it's... I don't know, inside your mouth and your throat tends to heal quite quickly, doesn't it? So I'm assuming that that's what it was. And what colour should we do the smoke? Ooh, I know. I know. We could fade it into... We could do like a rainbow thing. There's a smoke cloud missing. There should be another smoke cloud about here. Ooh, that was a bit heavier than I planned. Be a complete ring of smoke, from which poppeth the Cheshire Cat. Ooh, let's do the Cheshire Cat. P2 and R10. P2, R10. Okay. I can't remember if his nose is pink or his nose is purple. I think his nose is pink in the movie. I'm too lazy to look it up. So we're going to do it pink. Scoob. Are you okay, dude? Did you fall the heck over? Did you fall the heck over? Are you okay? Good boy. Are you alright? Yeah? You okay? Alright then. He's got the collie wobbles. Oh, that should be coming. That's purple. There we go. And oh, that came down a bit too far with this one. Should have been there. Ooh, getting lost in the process again. Sorry. I'm here. I don't think I'm going to need these two again because I want him to stand out. I think what I'll do with the smoke is have it gradually getting lighter as it comes across, so there's a light ring of smoke around him. So I think I'll use my cool greys because I've got quite a few cool greys. So cool grey, cool grey, cool grey, cool grey. So that's obviously the darkest one. Oh, these actually run in order. So that's the light one, 0. And let's see which one's 2, 5, Oh, that's a blue grey and a cool grey. And then a cool grey 2. Okay, so it's these two I need to check. Which of these is the lighter one? BG2 or CG2? BG2 is that one there. No, it's not. Oh, hang on. CG, there it is. And there it is, that one. So that one's the lightest. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's use those two for the 8. And these for the others. So we're going to start with this one. And then this. Oh, one way up. This one. And then this one. Oh, wrong end again. Must put those in the wrong way round when I last used them. Should we make this one a smoke ring? Why not? That sounds fun. There we go. So that's those. And then these I'll use for the cloud around him. Oops. Why are these all upside down? But I'm gonna do them basically all the same colour. Ooh! Look at that. It's picking up the pink and purple, which is not good. And that would not normally be something I want. Damn paper. But I'm going to let it fly for now because I was actually thinking of adding some purple and pink tinges to it, so I'll let it off. It's actually bleeding really badly, which is not ideal. But it gives the impression of the colour reflecting on the clouds, so I'll let it slide. And this one I've got to be a little bit careful because her hair goes over it. Same with this one. See, it's actually, you can't really see it on camera because it's pink and purple, but do you see how it's completely streaked out into the grey there? But I actually quite like it because he's bursting out of the cloud, so I'll let it slide. And then we've got the medium grey, not medium, the slightly darker grey. And I'm just going to go in and add some dimension where the clouds overlap. And maybe underneath some of the clouds as well. That'll cast shadow under her hair. I like it. Okay. I like this bit a lot better than this bit. This orange was the orange was not good. Should have gone with yellow. I did go with yellow and then I put something over the top of it and it wasn't a good idea. Should have kept it lighter the first round. Okay, where's my Alice blue? PB1. There it is. Let's do her dress. Oh yes, I was going to make her dress a tiny bit longer so that I didn't have to deal with her wobbly knees. Nobody's got time for that. What time are we on? Ooh, 10 to 8. To stop soon. Gosh, today's gone really fast. Let's draw in her legs on her shoes. I'm not going to use black pen for this bit. I'm going to use pencil. Oh, I should have sketched with this colour, shouldn't I? And then I wouldn't have had to do it twice. I wouldn't have had to do any outlining then. Stepping away, back in 20. Might not be, but you might catch the tail end. Thanks for coming. Can you hear a weird noise in the background? That's Maddie snoring. Off again. Wakey wakey. run out of things to talk about, can you tell? It's too hot. It's too hot to think. If you want me to talk about something, you've got to ask me questions. Pulled your cat around in a towel. I have to take my two for a you-know-what over in the you-know-where. I feel like Hagrid, the you-know-what and the you-know-which. Yeah, that pen was too thick. Never mind. Maybe we'll do this side in cooler colour. use the purple for the other side. Oh, the bleeding on this is awful. Not much. Nobody's said a thing since the last time, except Cody went and played with her cat. You see how badly that pink and grey has bled into each other. And that's not the markers, that's the combination of the markers with the paper. Because I don't have this problem with the Ahuhus on any other paper. I guess it just confirms once again that I am not a Strathmore mixed media paper girl. I mean, that's not true. I like it for everything else. I don't like the sketchbooks. I love the paper for everything else. For wet media, it's amazing. But not loving it for these markers. Look how badly that bled. I have a whole extra thing in there. Oh, I missed one. Okay, just for the giggles, I'm going to use a Copic to see if a Copic works any better on this paper. I suspect probably not, but you never know. Maybe it is because the Ohuhus are so wet. I'm prepared to give it the benefit of the doubt until we see otherwise. Blonde. What did I use for her blonde last time? Because I don't have the barley colour. Oh! Was it this one? No, it was Milky. No, I used that for her skin. Or maybe it was this one then. Definitely wasn't Canary, that's far too bright. No, it was definitely this one. Okie dokie, let's try down here then, where the... God, the grey is completely bled into this. I'm not happy. Let's see if it's the marker or the paper, or the combination. think I lost my lines there somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Still gonna go this. It's all gonna end up going the same way anyway. Okay, so oh, I didn't do the top bit. Okay. Vegging. Good old English word. Oh, I'm just vegging. What do we mean by vegging? Well, mostly just making like a potato. Okay, so the Copic markers aren't bleeding or feathering as badly, but they are still feathering. So maybe it's because the Ohuhus are so inky and wet. That is a possibility. They're just too wet for this paper. Copics do feel very dry to work with, so... Okay, this is all yellow as well, so this is yellow. Oh, I forgot to put her band in the middle. Oh well, never mind. At least her band's black, so I can draw it in over the top. It's probably easier to do that, actually. It probably is. I'll do that. Just make it all the same, and then I can draw it in over the top. When you get into the act of making art, you turn into a vegetative state. Yeah. I just kind of zone out. It's the one and only time, especially when I'm colouring. If I'm painting or, you know, just colouring with markers, anything like that. Not so much when I'm drawing, but when I'm painting or colouring, all my squirrels fall silent. It's like they all just go to sleep. and they're not bugging me with lots of thoughts and questions and trying to figure out answers to weird problems that nobody has any reason to ask, you know. I accidentally hit on exactly the right colour to have cartoon Alice hair. Okay, that's going there, that's all going behind. So this is all going to be yellow here as well. Over here, there's our little birdie. Girl has some Dolly Parton hair, I'm telling you. Ooh. Probably shouldn't have made the top of her hair quite so high, but do I look like I care? Not really. Okay. I need a kind of a golden brown colour. Where's my pencils? Where's my pencil case? Where is my... Oh, it's on the floor. Golden brown. Golden brown. I know you're in here somewhere. Ooh. Yeah. Ugh. There he is. Found you. You were hiding. Is that my black? Nope, that's indigo. Oh, can't see my black in there. I'll use my black from here. There we go. Quite funny for me, sometimes the captions are earlier than what you're saying. That's probably because the captions are coming from where I'm streaming from, not from YouTube. So the audio and the video and the pictures, which includes the captions, are slightly out of sync when they come to you. Streamlabs is faster at listening to my voice and turning it into words on the screen than it is at transmitting the video. But that's fine. I mean, if you can't hear, it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? I'm really happy that I've found out how to turn on captions though, because that's a big thing. I now need to figure out how to, if possible, send Streamlabs to Zoom with captions. If I can do that, that would be perfect. I think I have to pay for it to do that, but it's like you know what I'm going to say before I even say it. Which is impressive because I don't even know what I'm going to say before I say it. Yeah, that bled, feathered rather, so badly I've had to pretend her hair is coming down over her arm, which is fine. I don't mind that, but it's kind of weird. Oh yeah, you can really see it on her face. Look. You can even see where my pencil line is. That's how much it's bled, look. There's my pencil line, the grey, and there's how much it's bled into her face. I actually had to cover it up on this side. I'm going to have to do the same on that side. So it's not just the Ahuhu markers. Copics don't like this paper either. Just as a have to reach over because I put it on the shelf earlier when I tidied up. Oh. This is the Ahuhu marker sketchbook. No, Ahuhu mixed media sketchbook. It's not a marker pad, it's a mixed media pad. And by contrast, this is the one I did the other day. And you can see there's no bleeding, no feathering at all. There's not even a lot of bleeding given how much I did this. Words, come on, you can do it. We're professional. I did this in the same way I'm colouring this. Look at the difference in bleed. That's a lot of bleed compared to this. This is only bled. You can see on the face it's only bled where I've gone in with multiple markers to do. In fact, not even that. I did multiple markers over the whole face. It's only where I've gone in with a much darker marker over an already wet area that it's really bled through. The rest of it, I mean, this is negligible. It's more like ghosting than bleeding, in honesty. Interestingly, now that's the Ahuhu markers. The blue bled like crazy, and that is Copics. So interesting difference. Markers bleed on everything. Alcohol markers bleed on everything except render paper, it will even bleed on marker paper. It will bleed through the back. But you see the difference between this and this. And I blended more on that. This is only one layer. This is multiple colours. So, yeah. Is that the... Well, that's the shoot from here. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I've basically got a second version of my picture on the other side. So I'll stick to doing marker stuff in this one from now on, I think. Not least of all because the pages are removable. So if I want to, they're really easy to scan because I can take them out. But also I can put them back to back and then I don't have to worry about going back in and covering over the back of a page. I can just put them back to back and ignore it. Okay, I'm going to finish this hair and then I think I'm going to call it a day because I'm getting hungry and I've got to take the you-know-whats for you-know-what, the you-know-whos for you-know-what over the you-know-where. I'm sorry, I couldn't fit you-know-which into there as well. Wouldn't go. There's her band. Whoops. That got a bit too heavy there, but I think I can work with it. I might have to lighten it just a tiny bit. I wonder if it will erase on this paper. Oh, it will a little bit. Enough. It's enough to lighten it. There we go. Okay, that works. Oh, it's your nose. Hello, Boo Boo. Oh! I could feel something cold and wet sliding along my thigh. I was like, ah! Oh, Scooby's nose. He's trying to get my attention. Good boy. You're a good boy. Mum will be with you in a sec, okay? I'm just finishing this little bit and then I'll be with you, bub. Oh, I can put the... I don't know if I'll put the little bird in brown or whether I'll do him in a different colour, but I can sketch him in brown and we can decide later. Oh, that should have gone down there. Never mind, doesn't matter. Well, now Miss Maddie's awake. Hello, Miss Maddie. How you doing, babe? Baby girl. Ah, there's that missing line. Okay. One thing I can say for this paper is it absolutely loves coloured pencil. Okay. Make sure I've not missed anything, like, you know, her arm. I'm going to see just a little bit of her hand, apparently. But not that one. Oh, I haven't done marker on her face yet. I probably shouldn't put pencil on it yet. I'll do her face quick. I'll do it in pencil. Let's do base tone. That was Scooby throwing his dinner bowl at me. He used to just sit and chat to me. He doesn't talk anymore. He used to. Now he just brings his dinner bowl in and throws it at me. You did tell him you'd only do the hair. Yeah, he's not wrong. I told him I'd just be a minute about half an hour ago. I need to stop. Ooh, what happened to her face there? Oh, that's that damn bleeding again. Okay. I can fix that, that's okay. I forgot I had to account for the bleeding on one side, but I didn't count for it on the other. That's a bit better. That'll do. She's now got a very rounded face, which is not really what I wanted, but whatever. Macbeth goes and hits his dish violently when it's dinner time and you haven't got it to it fast enough. Maddie sits and whines insistently, incessantly, constantly, until I get so annoyed that I just get up and go and do it, and Scooby comes and throws his bowl at me. Quite happy with how much I've got done. Hate this. That's going to have to go. Although now I've got yellow in here, it's not so bad, but it's just a bit too garish. I wish I hadn't done the black in pen. I wish I'd done it in pencil. That would have been much better. Because like the pen on here looks really harsh compared to the black in her bow, and on her shoes look too dark now. So I'm going to have to fix that somehow. But, you know, that's what white gouache is for. And white Posca pen. So, yeah, do a bit more next time, I guess. So this is part 2 of Alice in Wonderland. I guess I can probably finish it next week, except for the background. The black check background I will probably have to do separately, or as a warm-up exercise. Maybe I'll draw it in and colour in a few bits and pieces here and there for warm-up. But essentially, I think I can do this bit next week. There's not much left here. I might want to do some more pencil to give it a bit more of a, you know me, I like my realistic feel to things. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I like this cute little mouse. He's adorable. Look at his little whiskers. Bear in mind, of course, this is just a sketchbook piece. It's not a finished piece of work or anything like that. It's not meant to be. And even if it was, I would have not continued with it when I found out that the markers bled so badly on this paper. I would have stopped and moved it onto a different piece of paper. But it's only a sketchbook. I don't really care. I like the concept. I might turn the concept into a big painting at some point. In fact, I'd really like to do that, turn it into a really big painting, but I have too many paintings on the go as it is. I don't need to start another one right now. That would be a good one to do maybe over the winter when it's crappy weather and you can't go outside anyway, and you know, for now I'm quite happy just doing it as a sketchbook piece and maybe coming back to it at a later date. Those in there. Why don't those fit? Oh, because that green one's in the wrong box. There we go. Check me out clearing my desk up. Are you impressed? There you go. Oh, I better put that on so I can take a thumbnail in a minute. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me. A little bit later than normal. Is this a better time for people, or is it... I mean, there's about the same amount of people here and almost exactly the same people that were here last week, so it's hard to tell. But let me know in the comments if this is a better time for you between 6 and 9, because I can change that. It's not really a problem. I will finish this off so next week. So this will be part 2. This is part 2. Part 3 will come next week.